How to be a successful real estate agent. What a great topic. Here we go. $18 deals. That's how many real estate transactions my one realtor did. This was a home that I was going to buy, and she had a sign up. And I called on the sign, and it happened to be her first listing years ago. And she met me at the office, and we wrote the offer on the spot. Then she said, "Oh, we're not looking at offers for 4 days." I said, "I'd like an answer today, please." I ended up buying the property and closing it, and 18 deals she's done with me this year. Okay, because I'm a professional real estate investor, and that's what I do. So that's the sign of a good agent to be successful, is being available. Okay. When the phone rings, answer the phone. Why do you want to answer the phone? Why? Because it could be a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 commission. It says spam. I've answered spam calls. Guess what happens? Sometimes it's a deal, right? To be a successful real estate agent, I work with lots of them, it's important to be in communication, okay? Text back, call back, be available. If you want to sell property and you want to meet buyers, I suggest you do open houses. The reason you do open houses is because the people that are going to open houses are actually looking for houses to buy typically. And sometimes you'll get neighbors that are previewing the house that's open because they're thinking about selling. That happened on a recent open house. Person in the office, one of the agents, did an open house and met a neighbor who ended up listing their home with her because she was at the open house. So to be successful, you definitely want to engage and communicate and meet people. Nothing more important than meeting people. Third thing is availability. If you want to be successful as a real estate agent, be available. Now, too many people have the mindset that they're not available on the weekends, they're not available in the early evening. I think that's a mistake, because a lot of the people that are buying or selling are working during the day and busy, and they're available when? After work and on the weekends. I'm not saying you got to answer your phone at 9 and 10 at night, but 6, 7, 7:30, 8 even. Take the call or take the text and respond as quick as possible. This is a sign of a successful agent. Now, I've got one agent sold me 12 different apartment buildings over a period of years. Create those relationships, all right? Go to lunch with a client that's a repetitive client, or take time to listen to them and find out what their needs are, what they want, what they're looking for. I have agents that call me with deals, okay? So another way to be successful is to get the criteria of buyers, especially repetitive buyers like investors, find out what they're looking for and provide those things. Okay. Another way, an important thing with being a successful agent is dress like a successful agent. Okay. Dress nice, look good when you meet with clients. All right. Be ready, because you could never know when you're going to meet a client. You never know when you're going to be showing a house. You could get a sign call and somebody wants to see a house this afternoon. Be ready. One of the challenges in your profession is that you're kind of independent, right? You don't have to be anywhere at any particular time most of the time. So to be successful, I recommend that you have a schedule. Whether you get up at 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it is, go to the gym, take some vitamins, eat some good foods when you're ready, and go after it, okay? For me, I do a lot of my admin stuff in the morning, a lot of my paperwork and such in the morning. By the way, I'm not a real estate agent, I'm a real estate investor. Right, I bought hundreds of homes. So I can tell you, having engaged with listing agents and selling homes and buying homes, these are the things I see that successful agents are doing. So be ready when you have a schedule of when you're going to work, okay? If you need that break in the afternoon, go do this errand or that errand, that's fine. But also make yourself available, at least by phone, when people are off work, so they can call you. If you don't want to work Sundays, that's certainly fine, but be available at least on Saturday, at least a couple Saturdays a month. Make some time to do an open house, to show property when people are available. Now, the other thing to be successful is you have to execute. And what I mean by execute is when somebody tells you that they want to buy a property, write up the offer, not tomorrow or the next day. Write it up as quickly as possible. Okay, get the terms, get the offer, get it on a DocuSign, get them to sign it. Another very successful action I've seen with people in the real estate industry is they can send video answers. So they'll take their cell phone and they'll shoot a video answer and they'll text that to the person. If you want to be successful, I would say that that live video, you don't have to do it every time, but on occasion really has an impact, especially if they haven't met you. They see you, they hear you, they get the vibe of you, and people that like and trust you are going to buy from you. They're going to sell with you, okay? Another thing that I've seen successful agents do, especially on the listing side, is they give people the information to be able to get an idea what things are selling for in their neighborhood, all right? So if you're trying to get a listing, give them the information of other homes similar to theirs of what they sold for. So they, in their mind, feel confident, not just on your word about it, but evidence to show, yes, what she or he is telling me about my home seems to be true and is backed by recent sales. Another important thing to be successful as a real estate agent is to always, always, always continue to learn. I like Voss's book on Never Split the Difference. He's a former FBI negotiator, and his book is a great summation of negotiation skills that would help you as an agent in negotiating to buy a home or in listing a home for someone and selling a home and not give up too much, right? If you like this video, please subscribe. And before I go on to the next thing, I want to let you know that we're constantly creating products and services to help people in the real estate industry. I have a new course that we're making, so if you're interested in that, just leave a message in the comments. The next thing about being a successful real estate agent is don't be a secret agent. And what I mean by that is let people know who you are and what you do. Hi, I'm Sally. I'm a real estate agent. I am available, show property to help you. Let people know you're a real estate agent. If people don't know what you do, how are they going to call you or engage with you about that topic? Years ago, I used to be a chiropractor. As soon as people hear I'm a chiropractor, what do they say? Oh, my back, my neck, I had a disc injury, right? Start talking about that, right? If you tell somebody I'm a real estate agent, you go, oh, I got this house, what do you think it's worth? And that's the first question towards creating a relationship and potentially a transaction for you to be paid on as an agent. Have your particular elevator speech ready to go, meaning what do you do? Well, can you imagine a home that you would love to have friends and family come and visit, that you would love to raise maybe your family in or have friends? I help you find that dream home. That's what I do. Not I'm a real estate agent, okay? Or never say I'm just a real estate. You're never just anything, all right? It's minimizing yourself. I'm a real estate agent, but better intro is I help people find a community that they love to live in, have family and friends over, that dream home. That's what I do. And I help you with the process of finding that process of elimination and narrow down that home that you want to buy. Or I'm someone that helps you maximize your home's value so that when you sell, don't leave any money on the table and you could get all the money from equity and the upgrades that you've done to your home returned back to you so you can go on to your next home or your next investment, okay? Lastly, one of the most important things that I have found with real estate agents that are successful is they listen. They don't talk a lot at an open house. They listen to people. They find out what they're looking for. They don't walk to them in every room on an open house. It's so annoying. When a person is in an open house, they are trying to communicate with themselves. They're observing and they're having thoughts. If you're talking over their thoughts, you're interrupting them. Now, you may not even realize you're doing it, but they're trying to get a vibe. They're trying to imagine in their mind, would their furniture fit in this room? Would their children like this house? Would their spouse or significant other, would they want to live here? They're looking around and they're thinking, okay? And so if you're following them around and you're like, this is the living room. Really? No kidding, right? So I would recommend you avoid those type of things, okay? When you do an open house, welcome to the open house. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions as you walk through the home, okay? And then when they're done walking through the home, you can ask, well, what did you think of the home? Did you like it? And go from there, okay? Another thing is don't be afraid to ask So let's write an offer on it. Suggest, lead. Let's write an offer. Well, I don't think it's worth that much. Well, okay, how much too much is it? Well, I think it should be more around this number. All right, well, let's start with that number and see what happens. Okay, we can always get a counter offer, right? But get the ball rolling. Follow? This has been one of my strategies in buying, like, say, apartment buildings. Maybe they want, this is a recent transaction, they wanted $1.7 million. It was an off-market deal. So I wrote an offer for $1.7 million. But then I went through the property and I'm like, $1.6 million. And we ended up landing at $1.6 million because, it needed work. But I got the ball rolling. I didn't go, well, I only think it's $1.6 million and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is another important thing. I don't do verbal real estate, and you shouldn't either, okay? None of this bantering back and forth, well, this and that. I don't want to write an offer because I don't know if it's going to get accepted. Write the offer. And if it doesn't get accepted, try to get a counter. But at least get something on paper and get it going, all right? It's a major, major mistake, in my view, to not get the ball rolling. If somebody wants the property and you're a little bit far on price, so what? Get them in contract and try to push both parties together. All right, that's the key. Never say this, quote, I don't want to waste my time. I've had people say that to me, and I buy $5, $10, $15 million worth of real estate some years, right? Maybe more. Don't say that. Okay, that's dumb. All right, and the reason it's dumb is because you're insulting people by saying that. You're saying they're a waste of time, and your time is more important than their time. Listen, you're providing a service, okay? You are not wasting your time in talking to people and engaging in people. And I'll tell you a story about that. A friend of mine's an agent. She had a woman who was a single woman in her probably late 60s, early 70s, who frankly didn't look like she had any money, okay? And she said, quote, these agents won't talk to me. They won't give me the time of day, all right? Well, my friend spent time talking with this person and spent time working with this person. And it was a little more time than usual, but I tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't a waste of time because that woman had $400,000 cash and bought a property all cash and closed in 10 days, okay? It wasn't a waste of time, right? So I would implore you not to use those words. And finally, don't try to compete against your clients. If you're offering property to your clients, don't try to buy it, okay? Either be the real estate agent, real estate broker, or be an investor. But don't mix the two on particular properties. You certainly should go out, and I think you should be buying properties. Don't end up being like a broke broker. 30 years go by and you sold all these properties. You never made any money because you never bought any, right? But you saw them go up over time, yeah? So on the flip side is if you're going to sell property and you're selling these properties, don't compete against the people that you're offering them to, all right? So I'm Paul Maguire. Thanks for watching, and join me on the next video where I talk more about investing in real estate, buying and selling, and of course, how to improve property like kitchens and bathrooms to increase the value. Be sure to subscribe so you know when those videos are coming up or when we're offering a new course for real estate agents.